Hello, hello. All right, when you go to Cedar Point, the first thing you have to do is jump on the roller coaster, raise your hands over your head, and act like you're having a great time. Can I get some roller coaster in here? Woo! All right. I think someone threw up in the third row. So, Jane's addiction is a great lead-in for my talk because I'm going to call you a bunch of thieves. So, here we go. Now, I'm not talking about grand larceny. I'm not talking about Cookie Monster stealing that warm plate of chocolate chip cookies, or Daniel Ocean and his 10 best friends knocking over a casino, or Laura Croft raiding the tomb for that, I don't know what she stole, but she had a gray jumpsuit that looked great. Or petty larceny, where we take rubber bands from work to make a rubber band ball, or tinfoil from the restaurant to make a tinfoil ball. I like balls. But it's something much bigger. It's that gap between what we produce, what we create, and our potential. That gap is what we're stealing from the world. Now, if we look at the creation traditions of the major religions, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jew, we talk about man is created in God's image. And if you truly believe this and you're not living up to your potential, then that's blasphemy. I mean, we look at the creation of the earth, of all the stories, except for the flying spaghetti monster, because that creation story is more about pirates and global warming and a finely grated Parmesan cheese. That's phenomenal, but I digress. But, okay, so in 7 days, God creates the earth. Now, that may be a little aggressive for our timeline, but there's a lot of things we could do. Like in 22 months, we could create the next YouTube, or in 7 years, we could create the next Facebook, or in 10 years, we could cure cancer if we live up to our potential. Now, as Bill Murray said in Groundhog Day, we're a God, not the God. So sometimes we need to keep it in check. But when we look at that gap between what we produce and our potential, we find it filled with a lot of cholesterol of our lives. Our beautiful 1,200-acre or pixel farm in Farmville, or our perfect five-star score on the Icky Thump and Rock Band, or all the crap we have on our to-do list. We are remarkable at staying busy. But are we really producing something? We need to stop doing all those things we're supposed to do and start doing the things we're born to do. Because you know what? When we're on purpose, when we're doing that thing we were born to do, there's a fire that glows within inside of us. And those ripples echo out through the whole world because we're all connected. We all share this connectedness, or this Kevin Bacon-ness. And when we're all doing what we were meant to do, the world gets better. And if you don't care about the world, well, care about yourself. Look in the mirror and see what's possible. If you live up to your potential, if you create that next thing, if you put your ideas in action, you can be remarkable. And if you don't do it for yourself, then look in your rearview mirror and look for your kids. How different will the world be if you do what you're supposed to do? How different will your bank account look if you do what you're supposed to do? Our kids are waiting for us to leave them a better future. And we can do it if we just close that gap between what we produce and our potential. Now, the muse has given us ideas, but ideas are perishable. If we don't execute the idea, someone else will execute it for us. A lot of us like to incubate ideas, and ideas aren't eggs. You don't sit on them. They don't hatch. All right? We have these 6 billion inputs all around us. The sounds, the smells, the taste, every second coming into our minds. And from that, we're able to put together these big ideas. Now, we've all worn our robe backwards around the house, but we haven't all invented the Snuggie. Because ideas themselves don't do jack squat. It's only when we put our ideas into action. It's not creativity that changes the world. It's creativity plus action that changes the world. So let's find out what the next slide is so I know what the hell to talk about next. Okay, so our slides are worthless. And our ideas are worthless unless they're backed with passion and proficiency and perseverance. Yeah, we can all do what we love, but if we're not good at it, and if we don't just keep kicking ass, it's never going to work. Spacely Sprocket had to yell at George all the time. He couldn't even click a button. Most of us click buttons for a living now. We sit there and click the mouse. Are you really making it happen by sending that tweet, by harvesting that strawberry patch? You know, we can talk all day about what's possible or what's probable, but I don't think those are going to change the world. We need to be a little unrealistic if we want to change the world. Because you know what? Man wasn't allowed to fly until the Wright brothers did it. No one could run under a 4-minute mile. No one could cure cancer. No one could save the auto industry. No one could create that next great thing from Michigan until someone did it. Impossible is just a fancy way of saying that no one else has figured it out yet. The impossible is all available for us if we just make it happen. Get out there and do it.